Hey everybody, how's it going? Wanted to give you another quick little update here on the Leduc Real Estate Market. So my last video, if you go back and check that out, it was a 4-minute market update. And the theme of that was, we have incredibly low inventory, prices are still increasing. And for home buyers out there, it's very, very difficult. Well, as we sit here in about mid-June, the same thing is kind of true. So in the city of Leduc right now, we only have 65 single family homes for sale. That is incredibly low. I think it's the lowest I've ever seen, give or take a couple for sure anyway. This time of year, kind of in the spring, rolling into the summer, we typically see anywhere from, probably 170 to 220 listings, kind of depending on the year, but in and around that 200 single family homes for sale, we have 65. There, just in the last 30 days, we've had 88 single family homes that have sold, and there's only 65 available. So that tells us that the absorption rate or the number of months worth of inventory that we have is less than 1. There's also about another 19 properties that are currently pending. So probably good 90-95% of those will sell. If not right now, probably the next time around, right? So if you tack those 20 onto that 88, we have over 100 listings that have sold in the last 30 to 40 days. So we all kind of know this, right? We all know that the market's gone a little bit crazy. We know homes are selling quickly, but what does that actually mean for you? That's what I think is the missing piece to all this. So my conversation with people who are trying to move from this house to this house, right? They need to move the equity from house A and put it into house B, like most people do, is what do we do first? And it's a really tricky thing to answer. Generally, it really is specific when it's person to person. But I can boil it down to this, is that you need to have a backup plan for both ways of this going. So in one way, you could have a gap in housing. You could be homeless, right? Your house sells quickly, but you haven't quite found the right one yet. You need to have a backup plan if there is a gap. On the flip side, if you're able to financially, get your mortgage broker on board with approving some interim bridge financing that will allow you to purchase the house that you fall in love with before yours is quite sold yet, that's also a really great option. So my point is, if you have some flexibility, that really is the best way to go about this, because you put your home up for sale, it sells quickly, there's nothing to buy, you have a problem. Whereas if you really can't buy a house before yours sells, right, you have a problem that way too. You have to sell it. So, like I said, everybody is individual. I just met with some folks for a new listing that's going up in Deer Valley here next week, and they're in the same boat, right? So my advice to them was, all right, listen, let's get your house ready to sell. So what does that mean? It's like, okay, bring in the home stager, get a consultation, get it show ready. After that's done, get all the photos done, the video done, the media, the measurements, all that stuff, get that all ready to go. So now we have everything locked and loaded. So that really, from my end, all I have to do is press a button and your home is for sale. So while we're going through that process, that maybe is sometimes a week or two when you're getting your house ready, let's get out there and let's get looking at some homes, okay? And if you find something that is absolutely the one, you're not quite ready yet, that can be a challenge. But really the idea of going out those first couple times is to just get an idea of what exactly you're looking for, a particular neighborhood that you're looking for, narrow things down a little bit, and really just to give you some confidence to know that, yes, there is something out there that I could see myself purchasing. Great. Boom. Get your house listed. Ideally, in a perfect world, when you need to move equity from one house to the other, this is, if you could wave a magic wand in the perfect scenario to happen, this is what it is. You put your house up for sale, let's say it's a Thursday, okay? And we have a ton of showings in a short amount of time. It's priced effectively. The marketing is getting out there effectively. And let's say in a week, you get an offer on your house and you go pending. Okay, so you accept an offer that is conditional on probably financing and a home inspection. So that's taken a week. Once you go pending, that time period is usually 10 days to 2 weeks, roughly. So during that 10 days to 2 weeks, that's when you want to write an offer on the purchase. And then all you need to do is make sure that your condition dates on the purchase are longer than the condition dates on your sale. So that way, for sure by X date, your house is sold. Now we have a few days buffer in order to remove conditions on the purchase. And then all you do is the complete reverse with dates when it comes to possession. You just want to make sure the possession date for your purchase is a few days up to maybe a couple of weeks before the possession date of your sale. So that way you have time to move all your stuff, clean up your house, get it ready to go. And if your house is already firm sold, 99% of banks and lawyers out there will give you that interim financing for a couple of weeks, and it'll cost you a few $100s in interest, but that's certainly less of a headache than trying to do everything the same day or having a short gap. Okay, so that is the perfect scenario. It doesn't always work, especially in a market like this where things are moving so quickly. Yes, that's great for sellers, but on the buying end, it's very, very challenging. So as I said, this is all, you have to take this on a case-by-case basis. And that's what we're here for, is to offer advice based on your personal situation. So I'm reaching out to everybody. Give me a call. I'm happy to always have a chat about your personal situation to see what might be best for you. And if you're thinking of selling, let me know. We need some listings.